Hey y'all, this is Anna Alexander. Welcome back to my basement as I'm about to watch for the first time the season 3 premiere of Outlander, which is streaming now on Starz and Netflix. And that season 2 finale, I wasn't expecting any of that. I was expecting battle, Claire going through the stones and then seeing her back in the 40s or at least the 50s, because we did have that one flashback during Faith when it looked like she was in the 50s. But oh no, we got 1968 and we got the morning of the battle, where it was already a situation rife for errors, and it just kept continuing. It kept continuing. The back and forth was both interesting in timelines, both interesting and maddening, because it's just dragging it out and dragging out the horrible and dragging out the horrible. And I was all prepared to get the horribleness done. But oh no, we've got some coming up. So yeah, few things. There's quite a few standout things. We had lots of things revealed. A lot of you had told me child Roger was going to become important later on. And now we see that he is being a descendant of Galus and Dougal. We met Galus in real time, straight up murdered her husband. Wow. Do we see her again? I don't know how, unless she somehow escaped the pyre and nobody knows how. I don't know. I don't know about that one. We also had, Dougal's end. The fact that this Scottish war chief was gonna die for his country and go out and fight for his prince. And he never made it to the major battlefield. The battle that was the end of the Jacobites, the end of the Highland culture. They didn't know this at the time, but one of the most significant battles in Scottish history, and this war chief didn't step foot on the field. Wow. And oh my gosh. So when they're fighting, Jamie and Claire kind of jumps onto Jamie to help push the knife. That's gangster, y'all. Wow. What did they do with the body? I guess everybody's outside and not inside whoever's house they were in. I don't know. And then we had Brianna. We met Brianna, and I understand why we're meeting a 20-year-old Brianna. Because if Claire's going to go back through the stones, she couldn't leave a child behind. We would not think kindly of a character who left their child behind to go after a man or a significant other. So I can understand that they made Brianna 20 so that she could be an adult left on her own. I got that part. My only hiccup with Brianna at this point of the story isn't her necessarily. It's the way the lines were delivered. For me, there was just something kind of stilted. I don't think it was the accent, because it is quite jarring when you have the very lyrical Scottish melodic Brianna's like American. It felt odd. Especially that scene between Jillian and Brianna when they first meet. It kind of felt like Brianna was reading lines. Jillian was acting, Brianna was feeding her the lines for practice. Hopefully it's just, I don't know, first episode nerves. They get to more of a rhythm, because even Claire, that first funeral scene where she comes and meets Roger again for the first time, she had bits where, I don't know, the line delivery just seemed stilted and off. So I'm hoping that's just a hiccup. That's my only bump with Brianna. It's just the way the lines were delivered. So now we're gonna jump back to sometime. I'm feeling we're gonna see Culloden. I know we're gonna see Culloden. Jamie somehow survives, which we'll find out. What else will we find out when Claire goes back in time? Is it this episode or is it next episode? Also, when does she jump back in time? Because that whole when you fall through the stones still hasn't been made clear yet. Does she jump 20 years after Culloden? A year? A month? A couple of days? Which Jamie been up to? If he is married to Leary, I'm throwing something. I will be so I won't be happy. I won't be happy. The other thing I'm finding fascinating is that this is season 3. There's 6, 7 seasons out now. The whole Jacobite rebellion was so huge. What else story could they tell? What other obstacles could we throw in their path? I don't know, but you're here with me and I do so appreciate it. So I got the blanket. I got my provisions. Okay, y'all, let's just get to it. So what's gonna appear in the opening credits this time? Brianna and Roger, okay. Oh, we've missed most of the battle then. Oh. I'm sure we're gonna get a flashback or two. Are we? Play dead. Oh my God, play dead if you can. Oh, we gotta see Frank's end also. Is that Frank? Quit drinking. That's my job.
The travel canteen was a gift from my father on my 21st birthday. Mark me, Jen. I will watch the Duke of Cumberland drink from it when this day is done.
Look at all that ground you had to cover. What are you? Dude.
Give the command to charge. Well, there is still a chance.
That's war. And he found Frank on the battlefield. What? I don't know if I like that we're getting snippets instead of one long drawn out scene. I'm thinking I prefer the snippet, so thank you. Smother him with the grass, oh my God.
Hey, where have you been?
Don't distract
Enjoying
him!
me whiskey. You're welcome. And the laddie brought me in a seat home.
Oh. God, there had to have been another strategy than just run into the volley of fire and bayonets. Jesus! That's a shot. That's an artery. How is Frank Randall, Jack? How's Jack still upright?
All this space just for the two of us.
Soon to be 3. The study can be wherever the lady of the house desires.
I bet that house is like 1.5 million now.
Rustling.
That's what they say in America. I mean to rustle me up some victuals.
Oh, Jesus H. Roosevelt Christ.
You're lucky. You won't find another man like Frank again.
Well, I read a piece just last week that said the president actually has more support than it appears.
I beg your pardon?
She reads. Yes, she reads.
Professor Randall, you're going to have to pay closer attention to your wife's reading habits. She keeps reading the Globe. The next thing you know, she'll be trying to get women into Harvard Law.
My wife was a combat nurse with the Royal Army Medical Corps during the war.
Very patriotic, Mrs. Randall. Pitching in time of crisis and that sort of thing.
And what did you do?
And I'm sure you were happy to resume more important and fitting domestic concerns for a lady with the conclusion of the war.
Yes. I'm very happy.
It's quite interesting to think that she had more to do in the 40s, 1740s, than she does now.
What happened to Matt?
I did a kid.
Oh no. Where was the lookouts? Nobody was looking out the windows or the doors? What the fudge nuts?
I have been ordered by His Grace to execute any man found to have engaged in the recent treasonous rebellion. Does any man here claim innocence of treason?
No, my lord. Traitors all. Shall we be hanged then?
Nope. He's gonna shoot you where you stand.
You will be shot.
My brain's instantly going. How many redcoats? Can you take them? Where the hell was the lookout? You're gonna blow yourself up with that stove.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. These are an abomination. It doesn't even smell like tea after weeks of sitting in these little paper diapers.
I'd like to apply for citizenship.
For reals?
I've lived all over the world and I've never really had a strong attachment to England.
Our child.
Ooh. Oh. Oh.
And you walk away from your heritage that easily. Drake, Marlborough, the Tudors, Stuarts, the Plantagenets, these are things I fought a war for.
Ooh. Oh. That is an interesting thought indeed. Mm-hmm.
That's not what this is about.
That's not what this is about. It's about that. A wife who won't let me touch her.
What is it that you want from me?
I want to know when you're going to come back from the fucking past. Our child hasn't even been born yet, and you will not let me in, let alone touch you, God forbid.
Is it sex? Is that what this is? Well, you need a good fuck and you can't find one.
Well, I'm not the one who's been fucking other people.
Ah!
Would have thrown something too. Ooh. Oh, no.
I didn't force this bargain on you, Claire.
That's true.
I didn't force you to come to Boston.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not forcing you to stay.
Hmm?
Go or stay. Do it because it's what you really want to do.
Would have Jamie put her through the stones if she didn't have Frank to go back to? And what would she do without Frank? Did she have any options? And is it fair to Frank to keep him trapped in this relationship? Oh, suck and suck your choices. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, this is terrible. There's what, 6, 7 of them? Could they not have taken them somehow? With their Scottish Highlander warrior spirit, just taking these yahoos.
They're not but lads. They cannot be held responsible for their actions.
His Grace has specifically directed that there be no exceptions made on account of age.
Well, I'm glad Fergus wasn't with them.
Steady now, lads. It'll be over soon.
Names? Giles. McMartin. Frederick McBean.
I bet these are real names and ages of people at Culloden.
What about Claire?
She's gone.
Where did she go?
Punch him in the face. Just punch him. What are they gonna do to you?
I'm not saying I forgive you for Dougal, But I'll not go to my grave hating you for it either. Farewell, Jamie. Rupert Thomas Alexander Mackenzie. I mean to set a quick pace, so try to keep up.
They could have taken that. He could take that guy. Just, oh. I'm so angry. I'm so infuriated. They didn't have a watch. They didn't have something. They were just. I'm so raged right now. Some rather nice stationery, pre-printed with everything. Mm-hmm.
No man in the king's custody shall be shot lying down on my watch. Not even traitors.
So twisted. So twisted.
James. Mackenzie Fraser.
Are you the Jacobite known as Red Jamie? Does the name John Grey mean anything to you?
Yes.
John Grey is my brother. He said he owed you a debt of honor.
Present! Fire!
So that's how he gets out of this?
His Grace would be more than pleased to hear of such an illustrious prisoner. They've not yet found Charles Stewart, but a few well-known Jacobites should appease the
Where
crowds
is
at Tower
Charles?
Hill. I can't even shoot the bastard. Not without discrediting my brother's sworn word.
Perhaps we could shoot him under an alias.
It's terrible. Smart. That's terrible. You're gonna make him crawl away?
And then find a small wagon and have it filled with hay. Pick a driver, someone discreet, by which I mean willing to accept a bribe.
You're gonna have to bribe Wallace, too.
I doubt he'll live through the journey. At least his death won't be on my head.
Where are we sending him?
Just out into the woods?
All will be well. There's no reason to panic.
I'm not panicking.
How far apart are her contractions?
I'm not sure.
For 3 minutes.
First child?
Yes.
No, I had a miscarriage.
Did she tell him about Faith?
Of course. You'll be fine.
I do not like this doctor.
I love you.
She didn't say it back.
And when you wake up, you'll be a mother.
What do you mean?
I don't want to be put under.
Nurse Watkins, if you'd be so kind.
Are they gonna give her a cesarean without her? What?
I just.
Good night, Mrs. Randall.
Oh, fuck him.
Jamie, can you hear me?
Jamie, can you speak?
They sent him to Lollybrock? What?
Oh, my dad.
Not yet. They sent him home.
It's my baby.
Oh no, this is a terrible flashback.
Where's my baby?
Oh, how terrified.
Is it dead?
This way, Mr. Randall.
She's all right. Frank. Maybe this really can be a new beginning.
Yes.
A beautiful little angel. Where'd she get the red hair?
They just zero it in on the baby's hair and then that's it. What the hell? I don't know. I guess I do know. So the way they told this story was unexpected, kind of in a good way. Because again, I was expecting just, carnage, episode, whatever was going to happen. And the fact that they intersected it more with Claire in 1948 and whatnot, it's kind of nice because it lessened the impact of the carnage so you could breathe. It gave you moments to breathe. I'm still upset, and I will be always upset that they did not have some sort of warning system that the British were coming to that house. I will always be upset. So I'm getting a vibe, like with season 2, are we going to get Jamie and Claire, a whole season of Jamie and Claire living in their respective time periods. And then at the end, she goes back through the rocks. I don't know if I can handle that. I know a lot of you, or some of you said that season 3 was your favorite. I'm a little more impatient. I want the action to happen. I am not a slow burn girl at all. That's not how I roll. So I don't know if I can be patient for a slow burn as we see what happens through 20 years. I don't know. He just better not marry Larry. Do not marry Larry. I will be so angry. Things will be thrown. Things will be thrown if he's married to Larry. So there was one thing from the season 2 finale, something that struck my head weird. And I asked my Outlander guru who has read everything and seen the series, but it's been a while since she's seen the series, which was Claire says that her and Brianna was in England visiting family when they heard of the Reverend's passing and came up to pay his respects. Whose family? Because it wasn't hers. Her uncle had passed away years prior. She was the only child. So it must have been Frank's family. Who of Frank's family were they visiting? And when I asked my coworker Leah, she was saying, no. In the books, Claire has purposefully taken Brianna to Scotland to learn about Jamie because Frank had passed away. Those are completely different motivations. And so I don't know essentially which one will be better. If Claire just going to keep Frank's promise that she would have never told Brianna about Jamie is better, or as soon as Frank's gone, going, right, no, this is what really happened. Maybe that one was a little bit too cold and that's why they changed it for the show. But I do think it's important that we hear these stories and that we learn from them. So I appreciated that we did see the horribleness of Claudine. Because it's terrible. Everybody's dead now. Almost everybody's dead. Do we know what happened to Murtaugh? What happens to Murtaugh? Do we see Murtaugh again? I don't know. So what else are they going to do for 4 or 5 more seasons? I don't know, but I do hope that you're with me for those stories because I do like it all and I appreciate it so much when you come in and fill in all those missing details. But thank you so much again. Please take care of yourself, stretch your bodies, drink your water, and then come back and see me. So until next time, y'all.